This is an example of solving a compound inequality. And this is an or situation, okay? So one thing to note is that either this will be the case or this will be the case. There are situations that like an and situation, and you must fulfill both requirements, but this is fulfill one of the requirement or the other. So we're going to start over here with the 3x plus 5 is less than or equal to negative 20. So I'm going to solve it like I would any other equation. I'm going to subtract 5. I end up with 3x is less than or equal to negative 25. Now I'm going to divide by 3, and x is less than or equal to negative 25 thirds. Can't simplify it anymore. Or we know that to be negative 8 1/3. All right, let's go over here in blue. So here 4x plus 3, so I'm going to add 3. I get this 4x is greater than 16. Divide by 4, and I get x is greater than 4. So if I put these together, I have x is less than or equal to negative 8 1/3, or x is greater than 4. So how does that gonna look in a number line? So let's go ahead. Here's my number line. Here's my 0. Let's put our 4 here, and then let's put we have 8, and so therefore 8, or negative 8, and negative 8 1/3. All right, so to graph this, I'm going to say, okay, I know that it could equal negative 8 1/3. So I'm going to put a big old bracket to show that it could equal. And I have that bracket facing to the left because all the values that would work for this are going to be less than. So all the way to infinity. So it's going to be the values that are less than or equal to negative 8 1/3. All right, so over here in blue, I also know that x could be, another option is x could be greater than 4, but it can't equal 4. So I'm going to put a parentheses to show that I can get super duper close to 4, but not actually ever equal 4. And I'm going to shade to the right. All right, so just to recap here, over here, I have, again, could equal bracket and less than, so it goes to the left. And over here, parentheses, because it can't equal 4, and arrow goes to the right to show greater than. So how do I put it in an interval notation? All right, well, we're going to get fancy here, and I'm going to say, okay, you have, your solution is going to be x, such that, and I'm going to say x is an element, and now I'm going to go in interval notation. I'm going to say, and I'm going to keep with the colors here, I'm going to say x could be anything from negative infinity to negative 8 1/3, or, and I'm going to put this big old U for or, that's a union, that gives me like you can have one or the other, or x could be from 4 to infinity. Now notice that there's always parentheses when you have the infinity mark. So don't forget that, because infinity doesn't end. It keeps going on and on and on. And those parentheses are indicating that it's open-ended at that point. So let me close the braces. So that's how I would go ahead. Having it all set like this is our set builder notation, or in our interval notation, focusing on this part right here, saying that it can be anything from negative infinity to negative 8 1/3, equaling that, hence bracket, all the way to 4 to infinity. So I hope you found this example helpful with our or situation, knowing that x, any value within this realm or within this realm would be sufficient for these inequalities. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you.